Hey folks, you're watching The Hungry Handgunner. I'm Nick, and today I'm going to stray off the beaten path just a little bit because I had people asking. I kind of did an announcement of sorts or whatever when I got this truck. It's a 1500 Silverado last year, and then I've had a few people saying, hey man, how about a truck review? So I'm not a vehicle reviewer, but I've got a little over 21,000 miles on it already, and I think April or May is when I got it of last year, so I'm not even to a year yet. A lot of miles on it for that time frame of having it. So kind of take you through and show you this one, what makes this one special, so to speak, and what I like, what I dislike, and if I recommend it or not. So let's go ahead and do it. This could be a weird one. So since we're already back here, we'll go ahead and start here. One of my favorite things about the truck has been largely negated since I put a tonneau cover on it, and I just have a soft trifold, nothing crazy. But what was cool before is you had a button on the key fob and you could double click it and it would drop the tailgate or just push this button. But when you add that friction on top, it unlocks, doesn't take a whole lot, still dampened, and you're good to go. So this was a must for me, just doing road trips and stuff with the kids and being able to keep stuff dry. This is a Gator tonneau cover for those who are interested. Wasn't terribly expensive and it's worked well so far. So take that for what it's worth, but you do have the bed back here. Pretty nice. This is a standard short bed, and I've got a spot down here that is a 110 volt outlet, so I can just plug in whatever as long as I have the switch turned on inside. It's worked good. Came with a spray and bed liner. Now you'll notice I haven't washed the truck or anything. What you see is what you get, real world use review or whatever. But these little steps here, I like these a lot on the corner. They didn't seem like they'd make that big of a deal, but they do. You can see this is the Sherrod Eclipse package, so I'll tell you a little bit about that. So basically they took a 2021 Chevy 1500 RST and then sent it to Sherrod Customs here in Georgia. They put the lift on it, they did the exhaust, some of the accents and badging, the interior, which we'll get to, and I think they did a performance tune on it as well as an exhaust system, and then they sent it back to the dealer. So the upside of doing it that way is everything that's been done to the truck is still under warranty, so that's good there. The downside is it is a little bit more money. I got a good deal, so I'm not complaining too much, but that's out there. It definitely made more sense for me to do those things where it would still have a warranty than to buy a stock truck and then have that done to it. So it's also easier. It's a one-time permission from the wife as opposed to multiple projects. So there is that. The fender flares do a good job keeping a lot of the rocks and stuff off of it, as you can see from the mud spray and stuff. Haven't done any serious off-roading. This is just normal whatever. In backcountry North Georgia, it gets stuff on it. So you do get some splashback or side mud, whatever. They also did come with these running boards. They're 3 positions, so front door, back door, and then the third one to kind of reach over here at the front of the bed. They work good. I like them. The lift that's on the truck is a 6-inch lift with 35-inch by 1250 by 22 tires. So the truck does sit up. I'm 6'1" for reference. So for my 5'3" wife, having the running boards has been nice. We'll continue on around. So as you can see, the back windows, they come tinted, the front does not, and I haven't really rectified that. I'm not 100% sure where the legal limit is, so don't take any advice from me, but I'd like to match the front and the back. So there is that. Do have some accents up here on the front, more of the Sherrod package, if you will, some badging that's covered up by dirt down here, and then open the truck. Again, it's going to be dirty because, well, I use it. I didn't get it crystal clean. Well, we do have a black leather interior and stuff like that I'll show you more of, as well as how that's held up, especially on the driver's seat, which is where most of the wear is. Someone's got to drive it, right? But it's held up well so far. I haven't found any leaks, back window leaks, side window leaks, door leaks, nothing like that. That's a very annoying thing for me, is if water comes in and it's not supposed to. Hasn't done that, except when I left the driver's window cracked, and that's on me. So we'll ease around the front before we get into the interior and start talking about that stuff. So I just remembered I didn't show you the wheels and tires came on here. These are 22-inch Mayhems, a bit wider than my normal taste. Toyo RT open countries, so I may go down wheel size to like an 18 or something down the road, but neither here nor there at the moment. That right rear shock in there, I'm not sure if you can see it. It started leaking a little while ago. Dealership is waiting on the part. No noticeable difference in handling, tire wear, things like that. So that's been good. So that's really been the only issue, and they're replacing it under warranty. So you can see in there some of the lift components. It's a little dirty. But yeah, I like this truck. The LED headlights I think are worth it. And the park assist is helpful just because it sits up high. Sometimes you can't see. Get you a little closer without running into things. So looking at the front of the truck, it does have LED headlights. I've fallen in love with these. It's a world of difference driving. Part of this package that Sherrod did is they calibrated the headlights and aimed them down, so I shouldn't be that guy going down the road blinding people in non-lifted vehicles. Haven't had any complaints thus far. They have LED fog lights, which do a good job lighting up down low on the road, as well as some pretty wide angles, so I use those almost all the time anyway driving. The LED lights are good. Black badging, tow hooks that I haven't had to use yet. That's good. It's just been a solid truck so far. Again, I haven't done anything serious. I haven't gone out to Moab or anything like that. I've just been kind of normal truck stuff here in North Georgia. Four-wheel drive a couple times, just getting in out of some little dicier areas that were muddy or slick, but nothing bad. It held up okay through the little bit of snow that we've had this year. It just goes. So go ahead, I'll show you the interior, but I think first we'll do a cold start. The MagnaFlow exhaust, I like the sound of that, so I'll let you guys hear that. So admittedly, this is a feature I use more when my wife and kids are going and it's chilly outside, whatever, to warm up the seats and the interior or whatnot. I just get in and suffer being cold like a real man rather than burn the unnecessary gas. But we're gonna remote start it, so we're gonna lock it, press and hold the start button, and you hear the cold start. So it's kind of stepped up from stock, but it's not super obnoxious. Somebody somewhere is going to want to hear it revved, so here you go. So I'd say it's loud enough for me. Loud enough. I don't want to get any tickets or be that guy, but good enough. I like it. You can turn it off as well. It'll normally run for about 10 minutes on auto start or remote start, and then after that it'll cut off. You can cut it off at any time yourself. Normally that 10-minute window is plenty of time to get everything defrosted and warmed up, so that works out. We'll show you the interior. So we'll go ahead and start with the obvious. Keep first aid kit and a little fishing kit there because, yeah, you never know. Looking back here, a little messy. My camera stuff, I'm using that right now. Keep one car seat in here because, well, it's that size kid, that seat. It's easier to just have multiple than move them back and forth. The other ones are boosters. We can move those. Rifle rack here. Gray Man Tactical sent it out. It made it to this truck too. Body armor, rag or towel or whatever. Wipes. If you know, you know. Battle belt and all that good stuff. I do not keep any guns in here, so before you ask, no, they don't stay in here. Little transport spot there. It's kind of cool. You do have a folding one here with cup holders. Maybe one day I get to use that when the kids are grown. You have leather. The LED interior lights, they're nice. They could be brighter. They could do a better job lighting stuff up, but they're there. And down here, you have some carbon fiber accents, part of the Sherrod package with the leather. So you got USB, Type-C, and then I think this, regular 12-volt plug. Vents, so for climate control. It seems to work good. Never had any complaints from the kids. So normally they're good. Yeah, let's look up front. Moving to the driver's side. So it's got this little thing. It used to be really, really shiny here. And then you can see getting in and out. It'd polish up some, but again, is this a truck? Run it like a truck. I guess you can see where my my right foot normally goes there. So the leather seats are holding up well so far. They definitely break in and get a lot softer. See the Sherrod badging up there. Leather armrest, leather covered armrest I should say. And then you can see where my holsters chew up the seatbelt buckle. So it is what it is. Perks of working at a gun shop, I guess. You get to open carry and tear up your seatbelt thing. So moving onward. Inside, you got all sorts of stuff. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on for you here. So you're gonna get a nice little test run of the gauges. Whee! Little Chevrolet over here. And everything settles out. So we're a little under half a tank. You can see on gas mileage there, 14.9 is what I'm getting right now. Yeah. It is what it is, but best is 16.8, which was when we took this thing to Ohio, so it did pretty good for being on a 6-inch lift on 35s. So you have a couple different driving modes over here. You turn this and then you can go to sport mode, which kind of does some transmission changes. I think stiffens up the steering. Hadn't really played with the off-road yet, so I just normally leave it there just because. So the speedometer goes to 140. I have not got it there. That's all I'm going to say on video. It's kind of cool. So you do have Android Auto and all that good stuff. My phone's not hooked up to it, but there is that. You have these nifty buttons down here. The auto start and stop is kind of weird. I normally turn it off. Might get a little better mileage if I didn't, but yeah. So that basically, you come to a red light, it'll shut off if the battery's good. Dual zone climate control. You can tell that my wife was in here yesterday. There's me, there's hers, and this is easily remedied by doing that. So cool beans there, heated seats controls down here, so you can do the ass and the back, or just the back. Same over here. Then up here you have your heated steering wheel. Go figure, on the steering wheel. Ram had theirs down here. You have your trailer brake controller there. So cool beans, plenty of power storage. This is a regular outlet, but you do have to manually turn it on. So if you don't do that, don't plug something in, because it's not getting any juice unless you turn it on. 12 volt connector here, USB, USB-C, 2 glove boxes, a little storage spot up here, which is normally where I keep my shades. You have your assortment of, we'll see if it'll, yeah, there we go. Your assortment of buttons up here, mostly related to OnStar, and then some garage door opener stuff, which I don't have. Sliding rear window controls, which are cool. So all in all, this has been a lot of fun. No auto dimming rear view, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. Carbon fiber accents here. Just to show you guys one line about the miles. I'll link to my first look video on this down in the description, but there's my miles. As far as driving modes, you can see down there next to the door open icon, it's in 2-wheel drive. You also have auto, which will, it's basically 2-wheel drive that'll kick into 4-wheel drive if you needed to, and then you have 4 high and 4 low as well. Normally keep it there because this is what I'm used to, and it has decided to set the parking brake, which is another interesting thing that it will do from time to time. That is taking some getting used to. It doesn't set the parking brake while you're driving, but it will set it sometimes when you're parked and making corrections. But to turn that off, we're just gonna hit that button there and step on brake to release parking brake. Yeah, that would help, right? There you go. So I haven't had any trouble with that parking brake holding on a steep incline. Sometimes it'll put it on automatically. Normally, if it's a type of hill where I was going to put on a parking brake, I will just go ahead and put it on anyways. So we do have the Bose sound system in here, which is fairly good. I'm not going to bother you guys with the music, but it gets loud and it seems to be fairly even in terms of highs, mids, and lows. So yeah. So yeah, guys, this is a bit of a weird one for me. I am not a vehicle reviewer. I run them until I can't run them anymore normally. Some breaks to get it fixed, get the oil changed when I'm supposed to get the oil changed, do the air filter, all that stuff. I'm not a mechanic, but just real world use. So far so good. Just some more tech specs. This one does have the 5.3 V8 in it with an 8-speed automatic. So far so good there. I can't really complain. I think it has the dynamic fuel management where it can shut off cylinders going down the highway. I don't really know a whole lot more than that about it. It has worked good so far. I get the oil change when I'm supposed to. Just kind of let them do whatever needs to be done to it, and it's been pretty reliable. And there you have it, folks. This is my 20,000 mile review of the 2021 Chevy Silverado 1500 with the Sherrod Eclipse package, which, as you can see, is mostly an appearance package with some nice upgrades, but hardly essential in my opinion. Unless you wanted that look anyway, it might be a little bit less of a hassle to get it done straight from the dealer than going out and doing all those things on your own. So I like the truck. It has been good so far. I'm hoping to get many more years and miles out of it. So I told my wife I'm not planning on getting another one until the kids are out of school. So we're at like 14 years. So that's my goal for this thing. If you guys have any more questions, concerns, comments, thoughts, theories, whatever, feel free to drop them down there in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you guys. You guys already know that. But anyway, stay safe, whatever you drive, and I'll see you guys next time.